Hi there.
Hello everyone, welcome to another Flying Frog video. Here, which arrived on the Xbox marketplace this morning, is the Griffin G39, brought to us by Deimos Inc. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in, have a look at this aircraft. This one is based on the Griffin, however, due to reasons that it had to be given a fictional name of Griffin, but for all intents and purposes this is a Griffin. It can be up to Deimos Inc to maybe explain why he's decided to call it Griffin and not Griffin, but that's not up to me. So as I said, this arrived on the marketplace. Now it has been on PC for about a week or two. And it's on the marketplace at $37.45 Australian, which is $25 American, probably around about 26-27 euro by now, and around about, I would say, around 19 pounds sterling. So let's get on in and have a look at this latest edition from Mr. Deimos. So first things first, what I like to do is just get on in and have a look at the wheels and how it looks. Now it's well weathered, looks very nice. Now just on the initial outset, I can honestly say that this is a slightly it is a better standard than what Deimos Inc has brought us before. So she looks filthy. Now, as a lot of you guys know, I'm not a jet person. However, I am giving this one a go as well, and I would expect it to be very similar to the CJ Simulations Eurofighter, which both are very, very similar aircraft, both with canards. So anyway, let's hop on in here and just get down here a bit more and just see how round the wheels are. And they're not too bad. Not too bad at all. So let's just shimmy on up. There we go. A little bit of stutters at the moment, but I think that Sim Update 11 has not been the best. I think they fixed things, got things running really well at Sim Update 10, and Asobo, as per usual, has managed to break something during the next update, which has set them back. However, that modelling looks really nice. Now I like all the safety tags that are around the place, and the detail is good. The decals or the paintwork, let's hop on in and have a closer look at that. Mostly good. Little bit of jaggies, but on the whole, see these ones here are a little bit out of focus though. I think that they probably could have been a little bit better. However, I know that that Deimos Inc did put in a bunch of liveries at higher resolution, but he got told to make them smaller, so we had to lower the resolution of the liveries themselves. So we may actually get later on a high res livery pack, which fingers crossed that we do. Now these external tanks, you can put on and off as in your loadouts. So if you don't have the external ones on, they're not there. So let's just get in here and a little bit more. There's the lighting, LED lighting, looks very good. So on the whole, I'm okay with this. It's not 100% fantastic, but I don't think anything is. It is probably a little bit of a FSX look to it, but at the moment it's very good. All this weathering, wow. Geez, the Swedes, they keep their aircraft filthy, don't they? What's that? Keep them clean, they're not mean. Now, here we, on these outer pods here, we have smoke pods. Now, we'll be explaining these smoke pods a little bit later, but we'll just go on a bit further on and just have a look more at these decals. I just want to check out the resolution. But as I said, this one's $37.45, which is exactly the same price as the Eurofighter, the CJ Simulations Eurofighter, which would be its direct competition. Yeah, see, they're not, still a little bit of jaggies, so yeah, we've got not quite the graphics that I was hoping for. However, the modelling detail looks great. Right, enough of this. Let's hop on into the cockpit and let's come around to the ladder and hop on in and have a look at the cockpit. And I will be showing you night view. I will be showing you what it's like in the rain, and as I'm taxiing off, I will be showing you different liveries. Now, I won't be doing individual liveries. I'll be just showing you what's, you know, in the general form of when you go to select your liveries. Otherwise, I think there's 17 liveries with this one, and it's just going to take me too long, or make this video too damn long. So I'll hop onto the cockpit and I'll see you there. Rightio, here we are in the cockpit. As per usual with Deimos Inc, we get a fairly colourful cockpit. It's a little bit weathered, which is nice to see, not overly done, not underdone, I feel. So we'll call it the Goldilocks era, where things are just right. Not perfect, but just right. So on this particular side, we have all our lighting. We have a functional flight control computer, which you can put in your waypoints and stuff like that, for those of you who want to do it that way. We have up the front here our autopilot, and we have information screens here, which we'll be showing you those in a second as we turn them on. Now our canopy is here, so let's just... Great sound. Fantastic, beautiful, and listen to this as it opens. That is very good. I like that. That is just... I've not come across any aircraft that's just got that detail in that sound. Oh, I love it, love it. I could play with that one all day. Right, now, before we do start up, here is our smoke. Now, when I was saying about those pods, you need, when you come to your loadouts, so up the top here, we do our weights. Where are we? Because Asobo's gone and changed things just to confuse everyone. Right, so let's bring up our weights. Now, here we can have our external tanks. So those tanks we saw on the outside, if you don't want them, drop that all the way down to 0. On both, they won't be there. Now, with the smoke pods, what you need to do is you need to put something here. I've just put in 10 kilos on each one. Now, if you don't put any weights there and you use the smoke, the pods disappear. So the pods aren't there. If you use the smoke, the pods appear, and then if you turn the smoke off, the pods disappear. All right? But if you want them to stay there all the time while you're flying, you must put in some weight here. Now I think there's a minimum of 5 pounds, 7 pounds, something like that. So I just put in 10 kilo. Okay, it doesn't make any damn difference that way. Right, so that explains the smoke. Now also too, talking about the smoke is very heavy on your frame rates. Don't put your smoke on while you're sitting there at the end of the runway, unless you want to tank your frame rate. Even on the Xbox Series X, it does tank it, okay? And that's pretty normal for Deimos Inc's smoke. It is very heavy on it. And also, having said that, sometimes when we load into our airports, we got other aircraft. As you can see, look, there's one sitting right over there. Now, if I put my smoke on, its smoke comes on as well. So, and I should, let's see if it's going to come on now. So let's go and put on some blue. And I know I'm going to probably tank stuff around. Yep, here we go. It's coming out. There you go, see? Over there. So, and there's obviously other aircraft further through because there's some blue further over here as well. So, yeah, your smoke comes on those guys as well. And I don't know if that's a fault or what, but yeah. Okay. Right, now, so what we can do is we can get rid of some of these tags. And obviously there's our footprints for when the pilot gets into the cockpit. Now starting this is very easy. Oh my God. I thought I turned that off. I have. Good, I just got to wait for it to go away. See how it's tanking the frame rate? Oh, terrible. All right. Anyway, let's not worry about what's on the outside at this point in time. That'll blow away. Rightio. So, let's get things started. So we can turn on our APU. Alright, now then we need battery. We need that one onto there. We need the avionics, which will bring up the thing. We need the fuel on. Okay. Now that's pretty much that. And also then we need to just flick our switch here, which gets the engine started. Now we just wait. So we can wait. We can hear it now rolling up. So while we're doing that, these are our the screens we get. They're just generic, not custom made. However, the custom sounds, like the jet engine and stuff, Deimos Inc have done custom sounds on this one. Here we go. Now she's firing up, and as you can see here, we are now getting some ignition. At least that's what I think you call it. Right, now that should be fired up, ready to go. Now also too, while we're here, this button here, this yellow button, turns the pilot on. So there we go. So it's got a pilot, and you know your viewpoint is his head. However, I do find when flying that gets in the way, so I usually just turn him off. Now while I'm talking about views, let's go through the views here. So we got this one here. Okay, that's not a bad one there. Actually, that'd make really good for when you're doing for flying around or taking photos or what have you. Now then, am I going to get some others? Yep. So here we go. Again, the pilot's in the way, unfortunately, but so pretty well you get some interesting views. Right, so let's just go back to the beginning now. Right, so that's our views. Again, for those of you with the Velocity one, I think the default is on the your what are they? POV on your left hand side. you just get to a certain particular point, clicking down 3 times, and then the switch button underneath gets you to your different views, which yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the numbers are because I can't see it lit up, but anyway, so let's just get back there. Right, now I will be showing you the up next will be the well, I'm rambling on a bit now. I didn't turn off the APU. Turn off your APU, okay, because down here we've got everything that we need to do. Alright, so let's just give it a bit of a rev. Okay, so some really nice sound. So these will go away, and then we can put down our canopy again. Alright, we did it already, had it down. Duh. Right. So, while I'm taxiing away, I will show you the night view. I'll then show you the rain, and then the liveries, and then I will see you up at the end of the runway. Here is our night view, so we can have a look here. Not too bad. Can't really, well, as far as I can tell, can't really seem to change the brightness. We've got the switch down here, but that just either turns the lights on or turns them off. Yeah, I've got to just find it there. The beacon light's on. Okay. Right, and we'll just pop outside and have a look at the outside. Right, let's just let the mouse go away. There we go. So that's the outside. As you can see, just up front there's the green navigation light. The other side's got the red one, and we've got some anti-collision lights on the rear. So the lighting itself is done very nice. So the next up we'll be doing the rain effects, and yes, we do get the sound of rain inside the cockpit, which is nice. But then I think that all developers should be putting in the rain sounds. There's no excuse for that, you know, that should be a default setting. So what I'll do now is I'll get on, taxi on up, and I'll see you guys at the end of the runway. With the Griffin we have 17 different liveries. Okay, here we are at the end of the runway, ready for our takeoff. Now there's one thing that I did notice while I was taxiing, that there is a sound that and it's got nothing to do with or nothing wrong with the aircraft itself, but there's a sound that sounds like a dot matrix printer, or some type of printer that's as we're going along. I find that particular noise annoying, and that could be just something for me that my ears is picking up, and I noticed it's not there when you stop the aircraft, it's only while you're rolling. So I don't know what the sound is, but I do find that one for me annoying. But anyway, so what I'm going to do here, I was fly on up towards Sydney, and then landed at Kingsford Smith, because I just want to test the autopilot, make sure everything's okay. On the way out I'll be doing some manoeuvrability, but it is very manoeuvrable, and I'll just do some outside shots, land, and then give you my final thoughts. So on that note, we shall get going. Just a little bit of rudder input, nice sound. Now she does have automatic controls. Here we go, we're up. Nice sound with the gear coming up. Now when you do give it full throttle, the afterburner is on, which we'll have a look now. There you go. Now I have mapped it where I can turn it off, or you just back your throttle off and it'll cut back. Right, so let's just do some manoeuvrability. As you can see, she's fairly agile. We do get the misting effects, which is really good. And she's quite loud on the outside. So as you can see, the afterburner's on. Let's just back it off. And I like the look of the afterburner. On the side here, it's a bit hard to tell. But you do get those rings from the afterburner itself, which is really good. Right. So what I'll do is, like I said, I'm heading up to Sydney. I want to test the autopilot. So I'll come on back, and then I'll hit the autopilot and let's see what happens. And then, like I said, when I get to Sydney, I'll do some outside shots. When I get to Sydney, I'll give you my final thoughts on the whole package. Okay, at the moment it does seem to be that the as soon as I flew back onto the line, it's managing to find the autopilot is working. It's just not working very efficiently. As you can see here on the bottom, on our right hand screen there, it is following my course. So yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't pick it up before, but it just seems to be quite subtle in the way it was doing that. But never mind, So we're going to be landing here very shortly anyway, and just to give you, there you go, looks like it's okay, yeah, it's anticipating the turn. So right, let's turn it off because I need to slow down. Right, we do have air brakes, which we can have a look. There they are on the rear. So, and let's, and I'm way too damn high. Right, let's drop there. Now you need to keep your speed up for your landing, around 200 knots. Be definitely preferable, but I'm coming in way too high at the moment. Here we go. Right. Gear down. So now these are auto flaps and things like that. Yeah, well, I'm ignoring those red lines at the moment, because I want to land at some speed. Very high traffic on the runway. Sydney's a very busy airport. Right, so let's just... No, I don't want power, lady. I want you to put down... See the canards take over? I've got no power and it wants to keep flying. And... Oh, look at that. Disgusting. No. You're not giving me control. That's what you're not doing. No. I'll come back and I'll do that one again. And I will show you that. This is the problem we have with things that computers think that that's what you want to do. No, I don't want it to do it. I want to do what I want to do, not what it thinks I want to do. Right. So what I'll do is I'll come back out and I'll come back again and I'll line up again and I'll bring you back in for that one. Because I can do better. I know I can. Okay, what we'll do is we'll attempt that again. See if I can... The secret is to be quite stable on your approach. And don't let the canards or the computer take over. Right, see, it's wanting to put me in a nose down situation and I don't want the nose down. My speed, keep my speed there, 215. See, she's much better when you're stable. Gee, they do tend to overreact. See, it should be dropping down, but again, much better approach, much better.
Pull up, pull up.
No, my love, I don't want to pull up. Just let me... Come on. Jesus. See, now it wants to just... The canards are taking over. It's levelling the flight out. And it's just not letting me flare. But anyway, we're down. It was a better landing, definitely a better landing. But again, these canards with what it believes it wants to do or want you to do, the computer controlled stuff, just takes away any, I feel, finesse. But anyway, I can bring all that up in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'll get off this runway. Okay, before I get into my final thoughts, I just want to show you the checklist because I forgot to do that earlier. So again, the checklist is done very well. So let's hypothetically check the engine start. Now, also too, before I forget, we're back here at Shell Harbour because when I went to do the final as I parked up, I had a crash to desktop, which is not the first time at Sydney Airport. But anyway, so what we'll do is we can select Avionics Master, and if we click on the eye here, it will take us to it. So there we go. I like that. There it is there, flashing in blue. So the checklist is really good. So you can, those guys who want to go via the checklist, you can. Okay, so there you have it. So now I'll go back to my final thoughts. The Deimos Inc. G39 Griffin, or Griffin, which it is. Is it worth the $37.45 Australian? Has Deimos Inc. done enough to earn your hard spend? This aircraft, I believe, is one of Deimos Inc.'s best. In this aircraft, he is growing as a developer, and I feel he's just getting better and better. His quality of work is improving. His paint schemes are improving. So kudos to Deimos for that. That is fantastic, and it's great to see, up and coming developers continue on and improve as they go along, and they do, and listen to the end user as well, which I know that Deimos Inc. do. He quite often does updates with his aircraft or adds little features in that we may ask for. I feel as though that the modelling is great. Not that I know what this plane looks like in real life except from photos. I've never seen one. However, it looks like a Griffin. The decals or the graphics, the paintwork is all up to standard. It's no better, no worse than other aircraft in the same price bracket. So yes, I do feel as though it is worth the money and I do feel as though that Deimos have done enough to do it. Do I regret buying this aircraft? As you guys know, I am not much of a jet aircraft one, but I've flown a lot more of late. I'm getting used to them. They take a little bit more precision to land. They're not as forgiving with their landing, and I suppose that we can't blame the developer for our bad landings all the time. However, this one does have some peculiar handling characteristics, but so did the Eurofighters, the CJ Simulations Eurofighter, and that's because of the canards, and that has been modelled in, which, again, kudos to the developer for putting that in, and I'm sure that is just part and parcel of a computer-controlled modern-day fighter aircraft. It's going to be for some people, and it's not going to be for some people, and I like to have the control. I like to finesse, and again, I suppose too, there is a learning process with these aircraft, and of course I've just jumped in, flown it, and expecting it to be perfect, where I need to learn how to fly this aircraft. The systems depth is not huge in this one. It's fairly basic. However, I feel as though the detail inside the cockpit is good. He's done what he can, and if Deimos Inc. want to go on and add more information in the comments below, that is entirely up to him. But I know that he did have restrictions in the end to not giving the product that he actually wanted to do, and it was getting very, very complicated. And I know he's put in a lot of work and a lot of hours into this one. So the issue I have though is with the autopilot. There's something not quite right. It did pick up the autopilot, my course. In the end, I had to be really, really close, and it wasn't obvious that it was going to pick it up. Now, I don't think it was working and then it decided to work, and I don't know if that's a conflict with the Sobo's programming or what the story is, but I'm sure the Deimos Inc will get on top of that one. And I don't think it should stop you from buying this aircraft. I think to hand fly it, it'll be it's great fun. And I've flown this one a reasonable amount on PC. So, yeah, I think, performance-wise, I don't think I touched on performance. Performance-wise, it's supposed to be, goes to 60,000 feet, and speed of Mach 1.6. I've had it a little bit quicker than that, and I have been to 90,000 feet. However, I was losing speed, and which means I was losing altitude, but it did make it to 90,000 feet. It can't do it in one hit. You've got to go up a certain distance, regain your speed, and then go on from there. The other minus I feel as though is the smoke is a little heavy again, but that's a trait for Deimos Inc. All of his aircraft that have smoke are very heavy and do tend to tank your frame rates when you're sitting on the runway. So again, don't use the smoke while you're sitting on the end of the runway, otherwise it will tank your frame rates and could possibly crash your Xbox. This is a good addition to Xbox. It's something a little bit different than the CJ Simulations Eurofighter. I put them both around about in the same level of detail, flight characteristics. I think maybe this Griffin is a little better in the way it handles, but the Eurofighter has just had an update. And talking about updates, that I wish the developers, when they do an update, to let us know what they've updated so we know we can test it for it, or we can let you guys know, what the update is. They just do an update and we go, yeah, what was it for? Okay. So any developers, if you do get to watch this video, can you please, when you update your aircraft, let us know what you're updating so we can test it, or we can let other people know. I don't think I've got any much more to say about this aircraft, except I don't regret purchasing it at all. Yes, I will fly it again. Not often, but that's me. That's got nothing to do with this aircraft at all. So yeah, if you guys want to talk about this aircraft or talk about other aircraft or anything else, join me on my Discord. The link will be in the description below. And please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And it doesn't matter whether you don't have to like. If you don't like my reviews, that's fine. I'm okay with that too. I'm not here to win popularity contests, because I am no beauty queen. Trust me. Might be a bit of a queen. Nah, not really. Anyway, but on that note, please, everyone, as COVID seems to be taking a hit on a lot of people again, please stay safe.